10 months ago, I dropped Zenless Zone Zero to keep Wuthering Waves on my laptop. It was getting full. And 10 months later, after the Rinascita finale, I do not regret any single moment of, dropping ZZZ in favor of Wuthering Waves, because this game has really blown my mind. In the early days when versions 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.4, whatever was happening, the game really didn't grab my attention. I mean, version 1.1 to some extent it did, and then with version 1.3 with the Shorekeeper arc, those two specific patches were interesting, but apart from that, everything just kind of felt bland. Camellia was nice, but it was still like, a character quest. It wasn't a full focused main story quest. And overall, the vibe of Wuthering Waves that I was feeling by right before Rinascita dropped was, it's a side game. It's not worth investing your time into it. There's nothing in this game. It's all depression and nonsense, and all the characters just get erased the moment they're gone. And then Rinascita happened. Now, the characters do get erased after their patch, which was a major issue, and I hope going forward this is not the case. Now, we did get some introductions when Rinascita began, like the Montellis and the Phassalias had trouble, Zani and Carlotta were close, Roccia and Brant were close, you had Cantarella, who grew close to Cartethiya. Cartethiya was basically a wife of Rinascita. She was the one that was closest with the rover, and I really loved how they developed Cartethiya. Like, she was the standout character for me. The moment that she appeared at the end of, I think, Act 2 it was, when Rinascita dropped, and she was just there standing on the lake, and you just saw her, and she just felt like, like this ethereal goddess. And from that moment, I was like, I want this character. I want her so bad. I love her so much. And it was just fabulous the way that they developed Cartethiya, with Fleur-de-Lis being a thing. After that, they headed to Septimont, which was a region inspired by Rome, which is amazing because as a Percy Jackson fan, I love the Greek and Roman culture. Especially like Septimont takes more from Rome because they were more of the war-like stuff. But we have Lupa, who is one of the most energetic and positive people that you will ever see in this game. And I honestly feel that, I wish I had Lupa as a real life friend. Like, I would not mind having Lupa as my real life friend. I just want somebody with that kind of energy in my life, and I know that I would be super happy. After that, we had Iuno, Augusta, Galbrena, and in the midst of it all, we also had Frolova for one patch, which, it kind of made sense, but then, I hope Frolova goes on the independent route, because she didn't really fit in with the Fraxidus. I don't think that she fit well there. I think Frolova felt that she belonged to the Fraxidus, but maybe they can change the story later. And overall, the cutscenes, the voice acting, the music. When I logged in, whenever Rinascita dropped, I think it was the 9th of January or something, when I dropped in and I saw that music change, I knew that it was going to be something epic, something insane. And that music was so good. It was so good. It was so much better than the OG login screen theme. It was like, when I listened to it the first time, I was like, this is pure cinema. This is what the music should have been initially. It was just so beautiful to listen to. After that, you had these, you had these high patches and you had these low patches. Every Rinascita where you had one great patch and then the other patch went kaput. It's kind of like, you had Carlotta and Roccia, and then it went kaput in Brant. And then after that, you had the Cantarella patch. I think Cantarella and Brant were in one patch, so you had that. But then it went kaput in the Zani and Ciaccona patch. Then you rose in the Cartethiya and Lupa patch. Then it went kaput in the Frolova patch. So it's kind of like, it kind of went up and down, up and down. So you had to just stick with it. But in the end, I think it paid off really well, because I really liked how they incorporated every character into the finale, even if, the act was riddled with optimization issues and bug issues and cutscene and lip sync issues. which is a completely different thing. But I just like that, every character that we met was present, including Ciaccona, who is literally just a bard who sings. She's not even like Venti, who's secretly an archon. She's literally just a bard who loves to sing. It's kind of like Dandelion from The Witcher 3. Like, Dandelion being there with Geralt when Geralt goes to fight the Wild Hunt at the end. So this kind of like, made the entire cast feel united. And I really liked that final reference where where you're stuck in Septimont and you're surrounded by all these Tacitus gods, by these whatever they're called. I think they're called Tacitus gods only. And you see this butterfly come on your shoulder, and it was that moment. Like, I love the Black Shores, I love Shorekeeper a lot, and that butterfly is synonymous with the Shorekeeper. So when that cutscene began and I saw that butterfly land on Rover's shoulder, I don't know why, like, I didn't even have control on my mouth at that point, but I was like, Shorekeeper. And I was so happy. Like, every character teleported. We even got the Black Shores coming to Ragunna. So, like, we had Alto, Encore, Camellia. We even had Calcaro appear. And I'm quite sad that, Shorekeeper didn't get any voice lines, but I'm still super happy that, they incorporated the entire Black Shores gang into Ragunna's finale as well. So it was like, kind of bringing back old characters that we met. And it was nice. It was a nice callback, honestly. It feels nice to see old characters that you have met, that you have grown to love, reappear in the main story. It's not like, like once they're done, they're forgotten. So I wish this is the way forward. Now, talking about the voice acting, because I really want to talk about this. Carlotta dropped, and I was mesmerized. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. That voice actress is amazing. I love Carlotta's voice so much, and it made me want to search the voice actress, Jennifer English, I think. And then there was this one trailer for a video game that was revealed in the summer, Tides of Annihilation, and I was watching this trailer, the gameplay trailer, and I kept hearing the voice, and I was like, hey, this sounds familiar. And I'm like, wait, that's Carlotta freaking Montelli. And then when Claire Obscure Expedition 33 dropped, I haven't played that game yet, but I do want to play it one day. And I think the main female character is also voiced by Carlotta's VA, which is like fabulous, like utterly fabulous, amazing. Zani's voice actress, Cantarella's voice actress, who voices Lama in Genshin, which is another big W. And then we have, Brant's voice actor. Brant's voice actor is amazing. Augusta. Iuno has this really majestic British voice, which is fabulous, which is so good. Ciaccona as well. Cartethiya is the goddess. Like her voice, the way Cartethiya's voice actress has voiced Cartethiya, it is. And the fact that Cartethiya, like her voice actress voices both Cartethiya and Fleur-de-Lis, the range difference between them, because Fleur-de-Lis is all with the deep voice and Cartethiya is all with the soft voice, and it is just, magnificent with the way that they have improved the voice acting, especially after that 1.0 disaster with the "you won't get away" stuff. I'm sorry, Jane Jackson, I think. I'm sorry, Vanessa. The voice acting has improved a lot. The diversity in environment for Rinascita was fabulous, with Septimont showing barren lands, with the Roman architecture, with trees that probably took inspiration from Rome. Rinascita was completely inspired by Venice, Italy. And then you had these nice mountains. The waters were really nice to look at. The sky was gorgeous, was beautiful. It didn't feel dull like Jinzhou felt when I logged into Wuthering Waves on the first day. Jinzhou felt kind of dull, and I wasn't really attached to the world, to the city of it. Rinascita, on the other hand, blew me away, and I was like, I would really love to live in a city like this. Like, I wouldn't mind living in Rinascita or Septimont. I don't mind it at all. Then we had these amazing echoes, new echoes with the dragons, with the cuddly bears, with the annoying chop chops. We also got tons of exploration stuff. Notably, I mean, we had the echo jump and all, but the flying was the best thing out of it. I don't know why they're dropping it for future regions, but I just love flying so much in Rinascita, and I'm so glad that they implemented it back into Jinzhou and Mount Firmament, because it is the peak of exploration. Once you develop flying into the game, that's it. You can go, I don't think you can go beyond that. Flying is the ultimate source of exploration in an open world game. Like, I don't think how they will improve it. I mean, you can add cars, fine. You can add trains, you can add super jumps and whatnots, teleportations, but the joy that you get when you fly is something else. It is just something else. And I really like that they did it in Rinascita. It is so fun exploring the world just by flying. It was gorgeous. And the main villain of Rinascita, Cristoforo, was such a well-developed villain. Like, you know, whenever I see this man, I always go like, hey, the dumbass showed up. I mean, I was like, it was such a great villain. Much better than, you know, Scar or Frolova. I think Scar was the main villain in the first patch or so, 1.0, but the first patches didn't really feel like it had a villain of sort. In this one, Cristoforo was controlling everything, and he was the main mastermind behind every patch's problem, which was very good. Like, I'm glad that they made him the main villain. We also got a first look to the leader of the Fraxidus with the skull mask and all, which is a really badass design, not gonna lie. And after that, we got Frolova's story, which is kind of sad, but I'm still kind of like, you know, 50-50 on it, because I don't really know what her end game is, and I don't even know if she will come back or she will not come back, or I don't know what Rover will do, because some of Rover's decisions in the Frolova quest made me kind of iffy, but it is what it is. The graphics are amazing as usual, but that's because Unreal Engine. The one thing that I wish they focused more on was optimization, because even though, like, you know, the game is fabulous and the game runs well and the cutscenes are gorgeous and all, the optimization lacks, especially when you're playing on hardware that isn't really strong. And even in strong hardware, it kind of sucks at times. Like, I'm playing on a 4070, but before, when Rinascita drops, I was playing on a 1050 Ti, and it took a lot of time to fly, to load the maps, to load the cutscenes and all. Even on a 4070 right now, it sometimes stutters for some reason, and I've had the game crash on me for 2 to 3 times. I don't know why it happens, but I just wish that, you know, the developers focused on optimizing their game first before introducing physics-based animations. Like, you know, like when you swing your sword, the leaf will move. Like, bro, I don't give a damn about the leaf moving. I give a damn if my game crashes on me. So, like, yeah, I would like the devs to focus more on the optimization going forward. I really liked the Avengers Assemble moment that we had at the end of Rinascita, and it was much better than whatever shit we had in 1.0. Whatever that was with, I don't know, Tauchi, who we just met 2 minutes ago, with Yu, who we didn't even know at that point, and I don't even know him till now. Like, I don't know, he's just there for that one scene. And then you had this Ling Liang, I think, who's the annoying lion, and then you had this other character, Chisha. And I don't know, it just didn't feel deserved when we had that scene in 1.0. It honestly felt funny, not gonna lie. It felt really hilarious, because I don't even know these people. Like, why do I have to feel happy for them? But then when Rinascita's Avengers Assemble happened at the end, like, you know, when Robo was in her mindscape and Galbrena appeared, and then we had Augusta, Iuno, Ciaccona, Brant, Cantarella, Carlotta, Zani, and Lupa, and I'm just trying to name every character. Iuno. And if I miss somebody, just let me know. But when it appeared over there, that felt amazing. And then those characters were there till the end. Till the end. Like even when you're fighting Flordelis in an evil form, Leviathan, at the end of the Rinascita act, like the final boss. And you're hearing all these voice lines of these characters. They're fighting, they're cheering you on, they're throwing in their moves, and even in the final cutscene, they were all united. It just felt really nice, really nice to see that. And at this moment, it felt deserved. It felt deserved that all these characters that I've been seeing, they finally came, they finally joined. It was fabulous. Absolute cinema, not gonna lie. Now we're probably going to La Hoi or La Hoi Roy, I think was its name, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it was mentioned in the final patch. I might have to see it again, but I think it was La Hoi Roy or something. So we're probably going there, and Rinascita at its end really brought a tear in my eye when Cartethiya asked the people of Rinascita to unite. That cutscene really gave me a tear. When Galbrena revealed her name, like Angel, like you knew, the player knew that she was Angel. But still, when she says her name, it just hits different, man. Like their voice acting over there, and that scene, and it's a final confirmation. Like what's your name? And then Angel, that's my name. And I'm like, I don't know. I still just get tears thinking about it. It's just amazing. Like these characters, the Rinascita character, the Rinascita cast is amazing. It is amazing, and I'll just love this cast so much. I don't know what Wuthering Waves has planned ahead. For the future, for La Hoi Roy, or whatever new region they're coming out, whatever new characters, whatever new wives and husbandos are coming out. But I don't think I'll be able to move on from the Rinascita arc, because the Rinascita cast, the Rinascita region itself, it just has so many memories. And I think I've spent a lot of time in Rinascita, exploring the world, enjoying its cast members, enjoying fan arts of its cast members. And I know I think it's tough to move on right now, but I gotta say that, they just nailed it so well with Rinascita. And it has been fabulous. I think Rinascita has revived Wuthering Waves. For me, at least. I don't know if it has for you. I don't know if it ever died for you, but for me, it was probably dying towards 1.4, but then it just kind of revived itself, and I'm super glad to be playing this game. Honestly, I'm super glad. So, with that being said, how did you like Rinascita? If I have to give it a rating, I would probably rate it 10 on 10, because, I just like giving 10 on 10s to everything that I like. Natlan, 10 on 10. Sumeru, 10 on 10. Fontaine, 10 on 10. Nordcry, 10 on 10. Rinascita, 10 on 10. FGOs, Lost Bed 7, 10 on 10. Arknights episode 15, 10 on 10. It's just so easy, because you when you love everything, you don't need to think critically, this was bad, oh, this was not meant to be, or this was they didn't have to do screw that shit. This is a fiction story. I love my stuff. If it's not Star Rail stuff, I don't like the Star Rail stuff right now. Amphorius has been a 6 on 10 for me, but whatever. So when we'll go to another region, we have to see what kind of characters we'll get. We have to see what kind of story the devs cook. But until then, I don't know. I just love Rinascita, man. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to support me if you wanna see toxic positivity, or me shilling for all these characters and stories, because I just love video games so much. I just love this kind of stuff, man. It's amazing. So if you want to see that kind of stuff, you can click subscribe to support me. I will be posting more Wuthering Waves videos soon. I will start to make content for this game. So until then, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.